Good afternoon, everyone. This is Yago from Alixan, France. So, I just stopped here on the car park to turn on the camera. So it's gonna be the very first Facecam vlog I'm ever doing on my channel. Well, when I'm speaking about vlog, I mean driving vlog, of course, because you've probably seen me multiple times with my covers, above all. And now I have decided to make a new vlog, well, with a new kind of thing. So what is the there was a student driver in front of me who was stopped. There was a motorbike just next to him. I really see he hesitates. He pulls forward. So of course we just see my camera and my face. The reason why I have chosen to make a little face cam is because I believe you have seen enough the landscape for a while. Perhaps want some change. And even though I'm not a kind of shy person, I still want to show up in front of you with my true face, without makeup. Of course, I don't even have makeup. I forgot to shave myself, as I see. I let my mustache grow. I've got the beard as well. The hair on the chin and the neck. I really like my mother because she always tells me to shave myself, but I want to keep my mustache and my beard. So unless you don't like it, well, either way, I'll keep it with myself. Well, I'm watching my engine's idle because as the radiator is turned on, it pulls some kind of energy in the battery, even though the engine is still on. But now, speaking of my car's idle, it doesn't have the idle issues it had before. I just had to change the fuel filter, and now it flows much better. It keeps on working well. So far it hasn't stalled when I was disengaging the clutch. Because usually when you stall with a car, it's because you have stolen to disengage the clutch. But there, before I got my car fixed, the engine was stalling even if I was disengaging the clutch, which means pressing on the clutch pedal. And I have a little kind of idea. Just tell me in the comments if you want me to make you some vlogs in which you would learn French language. I really feel like teaching my mother language to people like you guys, because I really like you, and I believe it would be a good way to keep on having a good culture between your country and France, because France is the most visited country in the world, and because learning French is not I use this thing. Oh, sorry, I haven't dropped myself. There was a bike just next to me. I don't even know who is horning now. The thing is, we're not even moving from an inch. We're waiting. Hey bro, I don't even know what you want to do. The thing is, it's kind of a bad idea. He wants to overtake me. There was some works on the road, so yeah, I was saying, well, apologies for the interruption. I really will teach you French language through some vlogs. So tell me which subjects you would begin with. I believe that before I'm gonna start with the greetings, such as how to say hello when it's morning, when it's afternoon, when it's evening, or even night, or just saying hello in general. Well, I don't even know which way to start with those vlogs, but I believe it would be a good idea for you. Fuck's sake, I don't even see those streams. I swear to God, I'm gonna go down my car and hit his fucking face. Fuck you, bitch! Got out of my window. My apologies. Whew. My heart's beating fast right now. Okay. Let's chill out. If there really is a thing I fucking hate, it's being horned at. Do not even try to horn at me when you're following me, because if you do, if you ever try to do this again, or if you stop, if you want to discuss, we'll discuss. You know what I mean? I'm going out of my car and talk to you. But that guy was trying to overtake me. It was the third time now, and he really was kind of angry, and he was driving, of course, an Audi. So when I see people driving Audis, Mercedeses, Volkswagens, BMWs, well, all of those German cars, these are people who think they are the king of the road. So they believe they rule the world. They really think they are superior to other drivers, but usually they're just nothing but stupid guys. So when I got angry at him, I just gave him the finger. Usually when I give the finger to someone, I really have a good reason to. But now he just got me angry and had no reason to hold me. I was just struggling to pull forward, and he was kind of angry. He wasn't even trying to look forward. He wasn't even trying to look through my own windows to see what was happening just ahead of him. So that's something you really have to do, even if you're an old driver. You really have to see what happens forward. For example, I've got another TT in front of me. Well, if there were another car in front of them, well, there's not. Yeah, my bad. There's one. But I have to look through his own windows to see what happens ahead of him and how to anticipate. But that guy behind me was not able to do it. So I'm gonna put a kind of road rage hashtag on Twitter. Usually I never get angry against people, but this time he really got me angry. Because I was trying to do the vlog to you, so I was trying to be a calm person, really wanted to keep my calm, but I couldn't. Go forward, sir. Oh God! Oh my goodness! So I've got an Audi and I've got a Mercedes behind me. Ooh! I don't know if you heard the noise, but I just heard the blow-off valve of the Audi. They were turning left, and perhaps they had released the gas pedal. I just really kind of like that. But at least that engine was able to release pressure while I had to open up my window to evacuate the pressure after the road rage. I don't even know how bikers can evacuate pressure after road rage, because they have the helmet with them, and sometimes they're kind of angry because they're filtering lanes, so it's a very kind of dangerous situation. But speaking of which, filtering in France is illegal. Well, according to the law, it's illegal. But usually, a few drivers, a few bikers, my apologies, perhaps, well, honestly, I haven't heard about any biker who got a fine because they were filtering. It's written on in the law that filtering is forbidden, but on the field, it's never really fined something. If I'm watching up, I'm just looking at my inside mirror to make sure that the Mercedes van behind me doesn't go too close. Because usually when I stop at traffic lights, I particularly watch if the car behind me doesn't come too close from my rear bumper, because usually they do. And a few days ago, I just got nearly hit by a car. Well, it was a woman. She was waiting for the light to turn green, so I was just ahead of her. I was the first car in the lane, actually. And for some reason, perhaps she was watching her phone or something. Either way, I don't believe she was paying attention to how the traffic was moving. And she kind of bumped my car. Well, it was not a big shock, because she was kind of close and she was moving quite slowly, so it was no big damage. It was not a big deal. But just kind of like that, kind of boom. Well, I just turn around, I unfasten my belt. Well, I'm pulling on neutral. I do anything I have to do. So I go out to see what happens. She comes out of her car and she says, "I'm sorry, I thought you were moving forward." No. I had my handbrake. I still had the first gear shifted on, but I wasn't even moving. I was stopped. I was waiting for the light to turn green, and she thought I was moving forward. No, I would never run a light. Honestly, what is my biggest fear when I come by a traffic light is that the light turns orange. Because if the light does turn orange, you must stop. Well, if you can't stop, of course you're allowed to keep going forward. But when you see the light turning orange and you have time to stop, hit the brakes. And really, it's a thing I don't even want to run lights. So, and sometimes I'm watching the pedestrian light to see, well, if the pedestrian light turns red, sometimes it means that your light is going to turn red as well. But first it will turn orange and then it will turn red. But the thing is, for those who never came to France before, if, for example, if you're used to driving the streets of London, of course you see the light turn orange before it turns green. But in France, it doesn't. There's not that transition. You must be ready to see the light turn green immediately. The orange light only turns on when it wants you to stop. It doesn't tell you get ready to go. It tells you must stop. When you have to go, you must keep watching the light. You must not take your eye off it, because if you do, you'll perhaps get honed at, just like that stupid bastard before. Well, But honestly, speaking of the person who wounded me, I really wished I could have yelled at him. I really felt like yelling at him, because he really deserved it. He was so stupid. He wasn't even watching the traffic forward. He just deserved to receive a kind of shut up, or really I don't even know which word to say, because he was so stupid. Kind of ball on my face, so I'm just gonna move the camera right. Oh, now you see what happens behind me. I just see a half of my head. Speaking of half of head, I do not hate, but I don't understand why some people are taking selfies with just the half of their head. It's just like they were getting sliced by some kind of sword or something, or just there's a half which is kind of ugly. Well, either you don't show your face or you show it entirely. Well, if you have to take a picture of many people behind you and you want to include your face in it, I do accept the half of the head. But when you're alone, just show the entire head, or don't even take any selfie. Just make it obvious. It's just being obvious, that's all. Although tell me it's not going to rain. God. I don't want the rain to come because I just have one light working good, and I have to get the bulb change. I have to find the reference of the bulb. I must know how to take out the old one and how to put on the new one. And every morning when I go to university, because I begin at 8 usually, and when it's some kind of 7 a.m. It's not really night, but it's dawn. Watching on my radar screen if there are ultra raindrops, because if I must turn on the lights, there's one light missing. There's only one light missing, but still it's enough to make me scared. So I've got one fog light out and one crossing light out, so I have to change 2 bulbs. But the second one is kind of easy to take off, but the first one, which is the fog light, it's hard to take off because it's just at the bumper. Let's rev it at 6,000. Went to 6,000. So for those who wonder, we are now in the clear one. So perhaps you know what it's like. That's left the radio. Okay. I'm currently hungry. I'm hungry now. It's around 4 p.m. What's it doing? Where'd you go? Ah! Oh shit, it's gonna have to wait. Of course, I forgot. There was a bicycle just in front of me, and I was seeing him, well, usually bikes in front or cycling with on the right road, but he was going left, so he was about to turn left, and he forgot to show me with his arm he was going left. So he showed me, of course, he was going left, but he nearly got hit by a taxi. I really like cyclists because they are the first people who complain about being run over by other cars, but those people are kind of hypocrites, frankly, and I mean my words, because I don't want to run a cyclist over. Of course, I really would hate to kill a cyclist, but if cyclists themselves were respecting the driving laws, perhaps there will be a fewer killed on the road, and that kind of respect will just begin with not running the lights, not running the stop lines. And of course, just because we motorists are sometimes respecting the road, they say we don't. Why? Because they are hypocrites. They don't even want to acknowledge they're wrong. So of course they're making the others be wrong. Just open the waste hatches on the road, and it's at the very middle of the road, so we just have to cross the line and to go on the other side to just overtake it. But frankly, it's a fucking cloudy day. It just began well this morning, but little detail. If you come to France someday, if you come to a region where there's a mountain, when dusk comes, just look at the color of the mountain. For example, if at dusk you see the mountain turn pink, I'm not crazy, it really turns pink. If it does turn pink, it means that the next day it will be a sunny day. So be very aware of that when you come to France. But I'm just passing next to a hotel, so if you sleep at a hotel, if you watch the weather someday, if you watch the dusk someday, if you see the mountain turn pink, just be thankful. It will be a great day, because the next day is gonna be sunny. But if the sky turns pink, it's gonna be raining. Well, you may say I'm crazy by saying that, but trust me, you better attempt it yourself. Now you'll see if I'm that crazy. Oh shit, I forgot. Oh goddamn. Oh no. There's a school bus which is coming, and that car is gonna have to move. Move! If I were the bus driver, I would have honed already. Finally the car leaves. Well, usually cars leave just if you horn at them. But when you get horned at for any reason you want, you've got two choices in France. Either you get down your car and you go see the driver or the person who horned you to see what's wrong, or you just live. Well, personally, with that person who horned at me, I wanted to stay and to go see what's wrong. And even try to move forward before I ever did. Okay. So when I was speaking about the French teaching vlogs, I don't know when I'm going to begin, because I've got some homework right now. I'll see when I have enough time to make you a little program. Well, I don't really want to schedule something. I don't want to make any plan. Well, I'm gonna choose the subjects which to me would sound important, and I'll try to make some sheets so you can see what I'm saying. I'm gonna spell as well the words if you want, and you will try and practice. Well, I do not force you to send me videos or not. You can just try at home to find a good pronunciation. Well, if you struggle with having a good pronunciation, you can still watch other videos, or perhaps mine if there's a question to which you want an answer. Perhaps I'm making an extra video I'll send to you in private, so you can have the proper answer. So I must end right now because I'm coming home, and I'm just need to tell you au revoir. See you next time for another video.